I'm going ahead and call the meeting to order. Please rise for pledge of allegiance.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Now we can have a moment of silence, please. Okay, thank you. I'll start with the roll call. I'm going to start today on the call to order. I'm here. Commissioner Smith?
Here.
Commissioner Stephen?
Here.
Commissioner Connors?
Here.
Commissioner Culberson?
Here.
Got your name right, Jeff. I'm proud of myself. Okay, I don't think there's any public comment I'm aware of. No, he's at the end, David. Okay. Administrative business? Mark?
I guess just a quick update and it's really an update that there is no new news. The latest round of stimulus, the American Recovery Plan, I think they're calling it, we're still waiting on any guidance on how those funds will be distributed and who's going to be eligible for what. Preliminarily, it looks like the money will come directly to the county from the U.S. Treasury, and then we will be responsible for providing them accounting updates. However, the amount is still in limbo, and I've reached out to the organizations who would know more than us, and all they've been able to do is share a spreadsheet that has no more information on it. So we'll keep you updated as we find out more. That's all I had.
I had a question.
Go ahead, Mike.
For Mark. We sent a letter on the private prison issue to the legislators. Did we get any responses yet?
Commissioner Stephen, members of the Commission, good morning. Letters were sent to the state congressional delegates, both the House of Representative members and Senate members. We've received no response to my knowledge.
Okay.
If the Commission would like a follow-up letter, we can certainly send that. I would suggest that given the fact that less than 2 weeks has passed, that we allow their staff time to digest the matter and possibly get back with us before we knock on the door again.
That makes good sense to me. Mike, you okay with that?
Yep.
Okay, everybody else okay?
And then just one other thing was on your property taxes, you have till March 31st to request a informal hearing, and then after the result of the informal hearing, there's then 30 days for you to take it on up the appeal process to Topeka. Right. So we're running out of time for those informal hearings.
Okay. Good point. Good point, Mike. Anything else on administrative business?
Mr. Chairman, I did see this morning on the news that FEMA was going to start paying for funerals of COVID victims. I hope they pay faster than our tornado money.
I hope it doesn't take 2 years for people to get their funerals paid for. That'd be terrible.
Okay. Anything else?
Speaking of our tornado money, any change?
No, sir.
Too bad.
All righty. Got the consent agenda. Is there anything that needs to be taken off or any questions? If not, I'll ask for a motion.
I move that we accept the consent agenda as presented.
Second. Motion is second. Any discussion? Start the roll call. Aye.
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 Commissioner Collins?
Aye.
Aye.
Commissioner Colson. That passes. Thank you. Item number 7, considering motion to distribute funds as presented by the Leavenworth County City's Drug and Alcohol Abuse Council.
Commissioners, I guess I will take that up. I do not see any representatives here. I'm sure with the different day and whatnot, plus this is a fairly typical request. You might all be familiar with the fact that we receive special alcohol funds through the state. They are earmarked for certain projects only. We have a committee in place that makes a recommendation. That committee has met with the groups that are on this sheet that you see and this is their recommendation for distribution of those special alcohol funds.
Questions?
And
This is Commissioner Cos.
Go ahead, Vicki.
Just for those that aren't familiar, that all of the funds that come through that are for prevention purposes, so they're really good organizations and programs that are funded.
Very good.
yes, they do a lot of good work. And this is also separate from the local ad valorem tax that we don't receive from the state.
That is correct.
That is correct. You're right. Any other discussion? If not, I entertain a motion. Do we need, Mark, we need a motion on this?
Yes, this needs
Okay.
a motion for approval.
Mr. Chairman, I move that we accept the recommendations from the Drug and Alcohol Abuse Council distribution funds.
second.
Motion is second. Any more discussion? If not, I'll call the roll. Aye.
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 Commissioner Cos?
Aye.
Aye.
It passes. Thank you. Presentations. Do we have anything except the executive session, Mark? Is that it? Okay.
Sure.
Go ahead.
Mr. Chairman, I move that this board recess from open session and go into a closed executive session to discuss personnel matters of non-elected personnel for 30 minutes as justified by KSA 754319B1 and to protect the privacy interest of the persons involved, and that this board resume open session in this meeting room at 9:35. Present in the executive session will be Commissioners Jeff Culverson, Commissioner Vicki Cos, Doug Smith, Mike Smith, and Mike Stevens, and others may be needed, as needed.
Second.
Motion and second. Okay, I call the roll. Aye.
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 Commissioner Cos?
Aye.
Aye.
Okay, we are there. The board has returned to regular session at 9:35 a.m. No action was taken and no decisions were made. The subject was limited to non-elected personnel. We did bring in County Administrator Mark Lowry and County Councilor David Van Paris.
Ready for a motion to adjourn?
Yes.
Oh, no, we have public comment.
Public comment. You ain't forgetting me sitting back there.
So close.
I'm just so used to him being back there.
Come on up, Joe.
I'm sorry, Joe.
That's all right. I'm easily forgotten. You guys. Morning, Commissioners.
Morning.
Appreciate the time. I sent an email concerning these issues. And the first one is, really it's policy to create the engineer plans for the cross-access easements. And what we're running into is we're developing a set of plans that the road's not going to be built to that manner. And I know the county, the board previously stated they don't care what was being built, but it just seems like we're spending money and we're not getting what's going to be there instead of showing a design of what's going to be constructed. And the email is probably a little wrong. I'm not asking that to be an agenda item. I'm asking if need be, if we can talk about it in that work session coming up, or if the board says, hey, we're sticking to policy, that's what we're going to do. I understand. More importantly is the request of the park down in Tonganoxie. The email kind of goes into how it came about that this property was hard rezoned during the corridor, which now allows recreational vehicles, RVs, to be in the park. But staff, in enforcing the zoning policy, said you can't have mobile homes and RVs in the same park. This was a hard rezone onto the clients. They just had to remove 9 RVs, and within 30 days it was zoned to allow RVs. They just want to allow RVs back in on the vacant sites, and if they will not allow any more mobile homes to be allowed in the park, and if the people move or sell their home, the home has to be removed from the park. They're all grandfathered in use, but I guess in essence it's going to be a mixed use until all mobile homes are done, which who knows how long that will be. I mean, these are people's homes. I don't feel like displacing three families just to allow RVs to be allowed back in. So that request, if need be, I would ask for it to be a board agenda item, because that is asking to go against apparent policy and interpretation by planning and zoning. And I had that discussion with Crystal, and she was like, she can't ask for it, but I told her I would be over here asking for it. And those are my two concerns.
Okay.
Appreciate it.
Thank you, Joe.
Thank you.
Thanks, Joe.
Mr. Chairman, we have a work session on the 24th with the Planning Commission, correct?
Correct.
Yep.
And I don't have that packet with me. I left it in the other room of what we'll be discussing.
Yeah, I did too.
I got
That's
it.
5 o'clock on the 24th. That's a Wednesday.
Do you need a copy of it, Dave?
Oh, I got it. It's
Okay.
on the desk in there.
I thought you were looking
I
for
had
something.
enough stuff to carry in here. I didn't want to carry any more.
I thought you were looking for something in it.
No. Well, it's just the topics we need to discuss.
Yeah.
So,
Okay. Anything else? Get a motion to,
Motion to adjourn?
thing to report on.
yeah, is there anything? I'm sorry.
Or you want to report on something?
Yeah.
Well, all I attended was the Bayshore City Council meeting last week. And Commissioner Stevens, myself, were at the Tonganoxie Parade and at the Leavenworth Parade. And I think that's about it.
We got wet.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Rained on our parade. So that's all I've got to report on.
Mike?
There's a Elephant Club meeting tonight. Attend that.
1866.
Yep, 1866.
6 o'clock.
Law professor from KU is going to talk about constitutional issues, so that'll be interesting.
What time is that?
6:30 is the dinner, and then 7 o'clock is the
Oh, okay.
is the speaker. Still talking to a lot of people about the property taxes, how you appeal your property taxes. So,
Not your taxes, your appraisal.
well, yeah, you're appealing your valuation on your
Yeah.
property taxes.
Yeah.
Then the beacon on K32 Highway and 158th Street, kind of publicizing that is now there, and it does actually improve the.
Warning.
It's a warning. And people do tend to look at a flashing yellow light. So some people are not happy that. I mean, we still wanted to have.
Next strip would be rumble strips.
Yeah. You know, a lot of
Yeah.
people want to have a stoplight there, but the study did not call for it at this time.
Anything else, Mike?
And then we're attending the
Yeah.
LCDC meeting.
The joint, the board.
I would ask the board, I guess, while we're here, we are going to be we're going to be putting a survey out to the various cities and the city commissioners in those cities about their feelings about economic development issues and LCDC and those kind of things. Are there if you have any particular questions you want to have included on that, let me know, because we're going to be submitting those.
And when will that be?
We're going to be submitting those today.
Oh.
Yeah.
But you can get them to us
I mean,
later.
you can get them to us if
Yeah,
you think
yeah.
of them. I mean, I know
It's
that's
a
a little
starting
short
point.
notice, but
Yeah, it's a starting point.
But Mike and I have been working on this,
Yeah.
so
Okay.
but I wanted to throw it out there if you guys had anything to add,
Yeah.
any additional questions.
Okay.
Okay. Yes, Mike?
That's it.
Okay. Vicki, you with us?
Yes, I'm still with you. I participated in both the LCDC and the Port Authority meeting this past week, and for the LCDC reported to the Port Authority that a new business will be going into the Gary Carlson Park, and was announced, or was publicly announced. I think it was in the newspaper yesterday. The map is the acronym for it, but it's a new business that was in Lenexa, but will be moving into Leavenworth, bringing 20 new jobs with salaries ranging between 40 and 60,000. So there's a decent income. There was a discussion of bringing some recommendations to the Board of County Commissioners regarding some additional expenditures recommended by the Port Authority for projects, but that was tabled, so I don't think that warrants discussion at this point.
Vicki, what's the time frame on that business you're talking about?
I'm not certain, but it's I really don't think that was made extremely clear. I just know that that they're asking for, it was recommended and approved to reduce the price of the lot. It was the final lot there at the park because of the topography of it, and Jeff may know more about that than I do. But so it was sold to the business for $15,000.
Yeah, I saw that.
But aside from that, there really wasn't an indication of exactly what the timeline is. And then there's two more businesses that it appears that will be beginning to up and run in Hunganaki.
Okay. Anything else, Vicki?
No, that's it.
Okay, thank you. Jeff?
Oh, I met with about a dozen taxpayers on either valuation increases or roads. Springtime always brings up our road issues. A couple of them I actually just took them for a drive. We went to some adjacent counties, and I think that kind of answered their questions. Okay. And then I had a meeting with Pat Proctor Saturday. That went really good. So hopefully we can get some coalition going between our state reps. Some of the projects that we're working on.
Great. Anything else, Jeff?
That's it.
Okay, that's it. I'll get a motion to adjourn.
So moved.
Second.
Motion second to adjourn. Aye.
Aye. Aye.
Commissioner Collins?
Aye.
Aye.
We are adjourned.